What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a portfolio update.
Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go, come on, push it. Buying the dip. Here we go, come on.
Well, anyway guys, welcome back to my channel, and yeah, we are going to be doing a portfolio update. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. If you don't know, these recent weeks have been bad, and especially if you're invested in tech stocks, and my portfolio is very tech heavy, and there's a lot of growth stocks in it, I have to admit, and that is kind of the risk you take with this portfolio that I've created, you could say. But I'm very, very, very confident with it still, and I think we're going to see some nice gains in the next few months. So we're going to get into this portfolio. Subscribe if you are new, and yeah, buy the dip, guys. So let's get into the first stock. This is my long-term portfolio, my ISA. If you want to compare my portfolio 2 weeks ago, I was up there was a point where I was up nearly 3 grand in this portfolio, which is pretty mad when you think about it compared to what it's going to be in this video that you're going to about to see. I'm going to fly through the stocks unless there's some that I really want to talk about, and that's how I'm going to do this portfolio update. As we all know, it's been a bit of a mad correction, but in the last few hours on the Friday, it looked very strong, especially the Nasdaq. Well, a lot of the stocks, and the Nasdaq is the one I pay attention to because of the type of stocks I've got, and it looked really strong. So hopefully next portfolio update we'll see a lot better results. But anyway, let's get into it. So we've got Alibaba, 2 shares of this, and we're down £56. So 7 shares of Apple, we are down £45. Yeah, it's not too bad. Aston Martin, I bought 2 more shares of Aston Martin, so I'm not up 100% anymore. I'm up 35%. I bought 2 more shares because I was like, I just love Aston Martin. If you don't know, an Aston Martin is my dream car, to be fair, and I just love the company, and I just wanted to buy Aston Martin. Barrett Developments, this is one that my granddad told me about. 9 shares of this, up £13.77. Bionanogenomics, 46.6 shares. I'm up £56, completely different to even last week's, but even 2 weeks ago, got completely destroyed with Bionanogenomics. In the last month, it's gone down 35%. So it's been hit hard, but I'm not worried. I think we're going to see a good return, and I'm lucky that I've got a good average with Bionanogenomics. So yeah, Churchill Capital, CCIV, 76 shares. So this is a lot more than previous. Well, I say a lot more, it's not really. I had 69 shares before, so I added another 7 more shares to this. I thought I bought more, to be honest with you. We saw a big dip with Churchill Capital, which is merging with Lucid Motors, if you don't know, and I think Lucid Motors is going to be huge in the next few years. So yeah, I bought into Churchill Capital a bit more, and we are down £194, which isn't great, but we've got an average of $27.57. So, and I think that average is gonna, like when you look at this in 2 years time, you're gonna be thinking, bloody hell, $27, that's insane. So yeah, FRX bought more of this. This is going to be merging with Beachbody. A lot of people saying it can somewhat compete with Peloton, but it'll be a cheaper kind of version. I got 30 shares of this, and I'm actually up on the FX Impact. Jesus, that's the first. My average is $13.46. I bought in before the correction happened, and I bought near the top, but I managed to average down, and it's not looking too bad. It was so cheap, if I'm honest. It got to the point where it was like $10 something, and I was thinking, you might as well buy into this. It's almost free money. It really is. I wasn't able to buy literally at the $10 mark, really. Yeah, I just bought a few more shares of FRX, so yeah. I bought into Gevo, sadly, before the correction, so if I left it a few more days, or no, just these weeks, I would have been able to get this for an absolute steal. So I'm gutted about that, but I managed to average down my position as much as possible. I'm at $10.82, still not the best, but it's not too bad, and I got 91 shares of this. I'm down £250. I think this is going to be huge in the future, especially with Biden coming in, being the president. I think he's going to really back Gevo, and I'm looking forward to what's going to happen with Gevo. It's just another renewable energy source, and it's going to be really good for the environment, and that's why I do love Gevo. As a brief short, Palantir, this is like my biggest holding. I've got 274 shares. I did add up a little bit. I think I've added a few more shares into Palantir. I'm not 100% sure. And my average is $25.20. I'm down £318. Not good whatsoever, but Palantir is gonna literally, I'm gonna say it, I generally think this time next month I'm going to be seeing decent gains. I'm just really confident with it, but I'm also, it's not going to be a quick gain. It's not going to be a quick gain. Palantir is something I want to hold for years, for minimum 3 years, 3 to 5 years, and I'll be laughing, I think. I'll be seeing this price and I'll be like, yes, so glad I bought in. All right, Senseonics, I've now got 72 shares, a lot more than what I had before. I averaged down as best as I could. Same again, I bought in before the correction, which is sad, but I managed to average down the best I could, and I'm down £55. Okay, I've actually got some space stock in my ISA now, my long-term holds. 2 shares, only 2 shares, because so Chamath actually sold 2 shares. No, he did not sell 2 shares. He sold a lot more than 2 shares. I don't know the exact number, but he did sell a lot of his shares. I'm holding back with space at the moment. I think it can actually have a lot more downside, even though it was at $60 before or something. So yeah, I actually was lucky enough to sell this when it was at $60 back in my invest account, and I had a nice return, like a nice, I don't know if it was 100% or something, but yeah, so I've bought back into space and I'm slowly gonna add up if it drops. So yeah, that's my plan. So this is my ISA account. I've got £8,307.88 in this portfolio, in the ISA account, down £860, nearly 9%, nearly 9% down I am. That's crazy. Let's get into my short-term slash ones that I can't buy into the ISA. Let's go into the invest. I bought a lot of swing trades before the correction, and I have learnt a lesson here, but I'm confident they will rebound eventually. It's just annoying. I'm just gonna have to sit my money in these plays for a lot longer than I was planning to. So yeah, I've got ARO, I've got 48 shares of this, and I'm down £135. It's what happens if you buy in when the correction is about to happen. EHang, I'm down £43, 2 shares. I'm holding this one long term. You just can't get it in the ISA. HCMC, I kind of hate myself for buying this, if I'm honest. It's a bit of a stock that people's gonna see huge gains, and I thought I'm just gonna buy £20 worth, down £7 or so. So yeah, we're gonna see how that does. HEPA, got 145 shares of this, down £35, and I think we'll be all right once the market starts stabilizing with all these swing trades. This is a swing trade as well. Hyakar, another swing trade, 14 shares of this, down £39. Lake Resources, this is a long-term hold. Absolutely I think this is gonna do amazing in the future with all the lithium they extract for the batteries for the EV stocks. I've got 905 shares. I do want to add a bit more, and I think I might next week. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one in the future. NEO stock, what an absolute crazy few weeks for NEO. I've got 35 shares and I'm down £217. I thought I had a decent average of $45. Obviously, no, it got down even more. So I didn't actually average down into this. I was tempted, but I was focusing on more other type of stocks that are in my ISA account. So stuff I don't get taxed on really. Even though obviously you need to earn a certain amount in capital gains to get taxed, but I like not having, I like buying stuff in my ISA account, so I just left NEO. But yeah, NEO's an absolute steal, I think. Zomedica is another swing trade. Love the company, by the way, as well. But I've got 300 shares of this, down £128, and yeah, it's not looking good for this with Zomedica, but I think this is going to bounce back once the market is settled down and everything. I can see my portfolio kind of switching round, because a lot of these plays can go down a lot, but they also can go up a lot, and that's just the type of portfolio I've got, if I'm honest. It can show huge gains, but it can also show a huge downside. But yeah, that's my portfolios. I got £2,057 in this one, and I'm down £624, so 23% I'm down on this. Not great at all. Let's add them all up and see how much I've got. So altogether, my portfolio is worth £10,364, which isn't too bad. Obviously it's not as good as what it was before. I think my best ever is 13,800 it was. So we have lost quite a bit. And that's the other thing, you just gotta hold it. If you believe in the stocks you bought in, you shouldn't be worried. If you've bought into stocks just because you heard someone else buy into it, then yeah, you might be worried because you don't have a clue how this company's, what it's doing and how it's going to grow. That's when you should be worried, but because of the companies I've bought into, I'm not worried whatsoever. So yeah, 10,364. Let's see what the the percentage difference was from last week. So for the ISA account, it's roughly 5.7% I've gone down. Not too bad, I would say, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's have a look at the invest. I think that's where it looks ugly. It's about 12.8% I've gone down in the invest account, which is actually horrible when you think about it. That's a huge percentage difference, but that's that. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with my portfolio updates. Hopefully this video wasn't too long and dragged out. I know it was a lot to get through, but that is my portfolio. Hopefully next week we see better gains. I don't think it's going to be amazing, but I think we'll start seeing better gains next week, and in the next, let's say the next month, I can see my portfolio looking nice and healthy and decent. So hopefully next month we'll have a nice portfolio to show off. But yeah, it's not looking great, but I'm not too bothered. I've just been buying the dips. If you're still watching, hopefully you guys have been all right with the market and everything, and not got too, well, emotional, you could say, in the market, as you can get too emotional in the market and end up selling at such cheap prices, and you got to realize this is just temporary. Don't worry about it. It's just what happens in the market. You get corrections and we'll be all good. I think we ended up going back to November time. So if you bought stocks in November time, and that's when I started really ramping up my portfolio and buying into these stocks, November, December time, if not January. So yeah, I kind of got hit really bad because of that. So it's kind of a bit of a reset, but hopefully you guys are all right with everything in your portfolio. Just don't worry about it. Honest to God, if you've bought companies that you really believe in, then you shouldn't be worried at all. And yeah, hopefully you've also learnt some lessons in the stock market. I definitely have, and I'm glad this has happened. So I've learnt some lessons with this, and yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you're brand new to this channel, and also give this video a like. Let's try and hit 100 likes. I've said it, there we go. Let's try and do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.